2 years ago, today, Hamas-led militants launched a surprise attack at the site of the Nova Music Festival in southern Israel. They breached the Gaza-Israel border, storming communities with gunfire, rockets and grenades. More than 1,200 people were killed, and over 250 Israelis were taken hostage into Gaza. What followed wasn't just a retaliation, it was war. Israel began bombing Gaza as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to destroy Hamas. Since then, more than 67,000 Palestinians have reportedly been killed, and the assault continues 2 years on, with Israeli tanks, boats and jets pounding parts of Gaza. Today, Israel marks the anniversary in grief and remembrance as families on both sides still wait for those who never came home. Our next report brings you details of the day that changed everything and the war that refuses to end.
It began with music and ended with mayhem. October 7th, 2023. It was the final day of the Jewish festival of Sukkot. Small dots in the sky were spotted, believed to be exploded rockets. Allahu Akbar! And moments later, Hamas fighters stormed across the border and entered southern Israel. They walked through the destroyed border fence, burning buildings and infrastructure. What followed was gunfire, rockets, grenades, a surprise assault that became the bloodiest day in Israel's history. Overall, 1,219 people on the Israeli side were killed by Hamas. 251 were dragged into Gaza and held captive. In the aftermath, the streets of Israel looked like scenes from a nightmare. Burning cars strewn across highways. Dead bodies lying around. Black smoke curling into the sky. The air thick with the smell of fire and fear.
At 6 o'clock, I heard explosions and sirens. I checked online and saw that terrorists had infiltrated. I went out and saw many bodies of terrorists and civilians. So many bodies, so many bodies.
In just hours, decades of tension detonated into full-scale war. Israel hit back hard and fast. An air campaign. Several high-rise buildings in Gaza were struck and leveled in a thick cloud of dust and smoke.
Citizens of Israel, we are at war, not in an operation or in rounds, but at war. This morning, Hamas launched a murderous surprise attack against the state of Israel and its citizens. We have been in this since the early morning hours.
Then came the ground invasion. Entire families buried beneath their homes.
I have been searching for my son, who has been missing since October 13th, 2024. The house was bombed while he was showering inside it, and he remains in the house. I am searching for his body. I am digging.
Where's my son? I want to know his fate. There is fire in my heart. If he was buried and they tell us he is buried, it would be easier on me than not knowing. We want to know.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to fight until every hostage returns, and Hamas is erased.
The IDF is about to use all its force to destroy Hamas's capabilities. We'll strike them to the bitter end and avenge with force this black day they brought on Israel and its people.
Several Hamas leaders have been struck down since the war began, but the group still remains. Ismail Haniyeh in July 2024. Mohammed Deif in July 2024. Yahya Sinwar in October 2024. And in May this year, Mohammed Sinwar. 2 years later, Gaza lies in rubble. Entire neighborhoods have vanished, swallowed by concrete and memory. According to Gaza's health ministry, 6,000 to 7,000 Palestinians have died so far. Hospitals lie in ruins. Refugee camps have been turned into graveyards. And now hunger is the new weapon. The UN officially declared famine in Gaza in late August. According to Gaza's health ministry, Palestinian deaths linked to hunger and famine have reached at least 460. Many human rights groups and scholars now call the war in Gaza a genocide. Israel rejects that charge, saying it's fighting for survival, not destruction. The fire has spread beyond Gaza. Over the course of war, Israel has expanded its military reach. It has struck 5 countries in the Middle East, including Iran, Syria, Lebanon, Qatar, and Yemen. Over time, the war has shifted global opinion. Since that dark October day, 20 more nations, including France, Spain, Canada, have recognized Palestine as a state. Fast forward to the present day, memorial events are scheduled in Israel to mark the 2-year anniversary of the war. Relatives and friends of those killed at the Nova Music Festival in 2023 lit candles at the site of the attack in southern Israel. A state-organized commemoration is planned for October 16th. The war has previously seen 2 brief ceasefires that enabled the release of dozens of hostages. And now Egypt is hosting talks to bring an end to the war. The outcome? Yet to be known. 2 years on, Israel still counts its dead and missing. Gaza still buries its tomorrow. The war began with fire. It burns still across borders, beliefs, and generations. What started as a day of terror on October 7, 2023, has become an endless reckoning. A war that has no winners, only survivors carrying the weight of what the world could not stop.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all 3 just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.